Jose Mourinho is not just a name, it's a brand, an era. When he declared to the world in 2004 that he was the special one, football truly held its breath. This man revolutionized perceptions of the game, blending tactical brilliance with charismatic audacity. But the one who once ruled at the pinnacle of world football now seems like a shadow of his former self. From the special one to the finished one. What happened to Jose's magic? His career has been a meteoric rise marked by a glittering trophy cabinet. The Champions League with Porto, dominance with Chelsea, and the treble with Inter Milan weren't just victories. There were declarations of superiority that could not be even predicted by experts in that time. But behind these triumphs lay the first signs of trouble ahead. Jose Mourinho's conflicts with players and management, his short stints at clubs, and his confrontational style all sowed the seeds of his downfall. This video will explain how Mourinho, the man who redefined football, became trapped by his own ambitions, tactical stagnation, and inability to inspire players in a rapidly evolving football world that has left its once great strategists behind. Please give this video a like and subscribe to this channel as we proceed. The rise of the Portuguese football guru reached heights many could only dream of. The Champions League victory with Porto in 2004 was a sensation that forever changed his life. As a coach, he didn't just win. He showed the world that football could be bold, audacious, and beautiful, even if your team wasn't the favorite. Then came Chelsea, where he became the face of a new era in English football, winning the Premier League twice in 3 seasons. And the treble with Inter Milan in 2010? That was his crowning achievement, the moment he seemed invincible. Yet even amidst these spectacular successes, cracks began to show. Jose Mourinho's downfall started with his inability to stay long-term. Conflicts with management, tensions with players, and his excessive demands. While he was always special, this trait often worked against him. Each triumph was accompanied by a breakdown in relationships, as though success and harmony couldn't coexist in his world. These warning signs, overlooked at the time, would later form a pattern that outlined the trajectory of his decline. In every new club, the same scenarios played out, and the magic began to fade. When the great strategist led Real Madrid to a record-breaking La Liga victory in 2012, it seemed his genius had found its perfect stage. 100 points, 121 goals in a season. It wasn't just domination, it was pure art. But within a year, that brilliance gave way to chaos. Mourinho became a general without an army, as his conflicts tore at the fabric of Real Madrid. His fallout with club captain and legend Iker Casillas was so severe that the goalkeeper ended up on the bench. Even Sergio Ramos, a symbol of Madridismo, couldn't escape Mourinho's sharp criticism. The team that had looked like a monolith the year before suddenly became a battlefield of internal wars. A trophyless season, early exits from the Copa del Rey and Champions League, and a toxic atmosphere marked the end of an era that could have been his greatest triumph. Mourinho, the master of tactical discipline, had lost not to his opponents but to his own personality. His aggressive approach, habit of exerting pressure, and love for confrontation had destroyed the magic that had once captivated the world. In the 2014 to 2015 season, it seemed Mourinho had reignited Chelsea's magic. The team didn't just win, they dominated. Eden Hazard worked wonders on the pitch, and Mourinho's tactical discipline made this team a winning machine. However, after Jose Mourinho's Chelsea comeback, the same team collapsed so dramatically the following year that no one could believe what they were seeing. It all started with an incident that symbolized the looming catastrophe, his public fallout with team Dr. Ivo Carneiro. This didn't just sour the atmosphere, it sent a clear signal that turbulence had hit the locker room. Players who had given their all for Jose no longer responded to his leadership. One of Jose Mourinho's worst seasons unfolded as Chelsea hovered near the relegation zone by December. Every match seemed to showcase a deep crisis. The tactical ideas of one of modern football's greatest minds no longer worked. His rigid style failed to keep up with the changing dynamics of the Premier League. A mid-season dismissal became inevitable. Mourinho, once synonymous with victory, could no longer inspire even his most loyal team. The magic had turned to dust, and the special one had become all too predictable. Mourinho's appointment at Manchester United seemed like a match made in heaven. His charisma and the club's stature promised a return to glory after Sir Alex Ferguson's departure. Early seasons showed promise: Europa League and League Cup victories, a Premier League runners-up finish, and an FA Cup final. But cracks began to appear behind this facade of success. The climax of this crisis was his feud with Paul Pogba. Their relationship was a battle of wills, a Western-style showdown where only one could emerge victorious. For some, Mourinho's sharp public criticism of Pogba was seen as truth. For others, it epitomized his destructive management style. But the problem ran deeper. By December 2018, United were languishing in sixth place, playing uninspired, lackluster football. Mourinho, accustomed to leading, had lost the backing of players and the club's board. His once motivational sharp comments now created a toxic atmosphere. Jose Mourinho replaced Mauricio Pochettino as Tottenham manager in November 2019 with the aim of ending no silverware curse, and in his first campaign, Mourinho took Tottenham from 14th in the Premier League to finish 6th, securing Europa League qualification, but were knocked out of the Champions League at the last 16 stage by RB Leipzig. At Tottenham, he failed to win silverware, and just after 17 months in charge, he was sacked just less than a week before Carabao Cup final against Manchester City. Mourinho joined AS Roma in 2021 and spent 2.5 years in the role. At AS Roma, he seemed to rediscover some of his magic, leading them to the Europa Conference League title in 2022. But in the space of 2 years, things ended in frustration and the sacking spell got activated once more in 2024. The Giallorossi won only one of their last 6 Serie A games and were knocked out of the Coppa Italia by city rivals Lazio, where Mourinho was sent off in January 2024. Mourinho joined Fenerbahce in July 2024 and was recently sacked in August 2025 following the 1-0 defeat to Benfica in their Champions League qualifier. He got sacked just after 14 months in charge. But what's wrong with the special one? He is a very reactive coach, and he is also a great people manager, but that got outdated and whose tactics and posture are not fit for nowadays football anymore. His defensive style now feels outdated in an era of high-intensity pressing and relentless tempo. Where he was once a master strategist, he now appears stubborn. Management issues have also dragged him down. Jose Mourinho's conflicts with Casillas, Pogba, and Carnero are just the tip of the iceberg. Perhaps his most painful struggle is his inability to adapt. While Pep Guardiola have reinvented the game, though Guardiola himself is currently struggling with his 500 passes and 1-goal tactics. Jose works better when analyzing opponents and identifying weaknesses and targeting them. Peak Mourinho is winning a game 1-0 with 10% ball possession. It can get results, but it's very risky and not very entertaining for the players themselves. People management was his strength but now his weakness. In total, Mourinho has won 26 major trophies, including 2 times Champions League, UEFA Cup, Europa League, 3 times Premier League, 1 time La Liga, and other major titles including many domestic cups in his cabinet. But it's so bad that since 2017, the Special One hasn't won a major league title next to the Conference League with AS Roma in 2022. Most of his exits come after disappointing results, clashes with the board or fallouts with star players. But Jose Mourinho undoubtedly remains one of the most colorful and successful managers of all time with what he did at Chelsea, Milan, Manchester United and others. But the question is the Special One still that special, or he should retire before the name Special One will no longer sound special after his retirement? Let me know your thoughts in the comment, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more football content.